everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to yet another weekend reading vlog. Hi, hello. This weekend I got plans. To do some reading, which involve me finishing these 3 books that I'm currently reading. 1 is Eva Evergreen, 2 is GEARBREAKERS, and 3 is The Sky Beyond the Storm, which I started this week because I got the audiobook through my Libby app. So I need to finish these because I desperately want to get to the high fantasies I have in my TBR right now, specifically the Sapphic trifecta. I want to read them so bad. So we're gonna wrap up these babies this weekend, hopefully, fingers crossed. I don't have a whole lot going on this weekend. Today has been a day. I woke up way too early for life and went to go get my passport renewed. Ended up taking like cumulatively like 3 hours, but the issue was we went downtown to the passport office and they were like, yeah, we're not taking really walk-ins. You could wait here for 10 minutes or 5 to 6 to 7 hours. Who knows? Because we take appointments and we didn't know that you had to make an appointment to get your passport renewed. So then the security guard was like, yeah, just go to another Service Canada and they'll do the same thing for you. They'll like submit your passport. And I was like, wish we would have known that before driving like the 30 minutes to get downtown. Love that for us. So Mom and I went to another Service Canada and then we waited outside for like an hour and then we got poured on because they weren't letting anybody in more than like 6 people at a time in because COVID. And so we got poured on and there's no way that a government establishment is going to move fast in any way at all. So I was so done. I was like, we should have just mailed this in. I'm so done. Woke up too early, haven't eaten anything, only consumed coffee. I'm tired and I don't want to do anything. We got home at like 11:30, 12 after leaving the house at around 8. Like, it was too much for a Friday morning. Then I did like 2 hours of work and I was like, nah, I can't do this. No, I'm done for today. Just cleaned the basement. I'm done. I plan on doing absolutely nothing for the rest of the night. Tomorrow we have my like cousin's daughter's birthday. I think she's turning 6. And then Sunday I am actually going to meet a friend for coffee in the morning that I haven't seen in over a year and a half. So it's gonna be a chill weekend, hopefully. I'm gonna go just sit and read. Maybe finish off a book tonight. That would be fantastic. So stick around, my friends. It's gonna be a good weekend. Hello, my lovely friends. It is a little bit later. I'm coming downstairs to settle into bed and get cozy. But I wanted to update you on the fact that I just finished GEARBREAKERS. Not just. I finished it for a hot second, but I finished it today and it was good. I will say, did have higher expectations and they didn't quite meet them. This has been so hyped up on like TikTok and the book internet. People have been loving this and it is real. It's good. It's fine. It just didn't hit my expectations, which is always vaguely disappointing. I'm giving it a 3.5 star because I think while it does interesting things with the world and the story is interesting and the characters are interesting, I just don't think it executes them very well. Like, our characters, I had sometimes a hard time differentiating Sona and Eris because they felt like they were the same in some places or like flip-flopped roles in some places. There were moments where Sona would completely come out of her shell and like almost transform into a different person and be like super flirty, which is something that we don't get in Sona a lot, which is interesting. But that's just a comment. And then of course it is YA and it's not formulaic or predictable, but those are the only 2 words that are coming to mind. Like, it's like tropey and things like I figured out and guessed like a whole bunch of stuff that was going to happen because it is YA. I've read enough of it that I know the patterns of YA and it takes a lot for something to really shock me. Like Legendborn really blew me out of the water and Realmbreaker completely blew me out of the water. This one was good and the ending was explosive. It actually really reminded me of Sky Hunters by Marie Lu, the way that like the story kind of flowed, which is really interesting because that one I'm also like, it was good but like good enough that I do want to continue with the series. So I will continue with the series, and we love the fact that it is sapphic and it is a slow burn sapphic, and I just want to keep reading. I want something to happen and it doesn't happen in this book and it makes me very mad. But they're like, the attachment between Sona and Eris is adorable and their like banter and chemistry is fantastic. I really enjoyed it. And the men in this novel can go suck it. They suck. 3.5 stars. Enjoyed it, and I do recommend it if you are at all interested in a really fun dystopian sapphic novel. I will say, what I really like about this book is it does not pull its punches. It is gritty, it is dark in places, and holy shit, there's some torture in here. Just warning you. It, yeah, doesn't pull its punches, and the writing is gorgeous. It really worked for me, the writing, so I think that's amazing. I cannot wait to see what Zoe Hanamakuta does next, for sure. But for now, I think I started watching Dimension 20's The Seven, which is a spin-off of Fantasy High that is starting to release weekly episodes, so I think I'm gonna continue watching that, and then when that's done, I think I'm gonna read more of A Sky Beyond the Storm, because I do want to finish that and wrap that up as well this weekend, as I said, because I desperately want to get to She Who Became the Sun and The Unbroken and The Jasmine Throne so badly, and I want to get to like Jade City and One Last Stop. I have so many books that I want to get to. And Bone Shard Daughter. That one's just like come back onto my radar, and I want to get to it, so I can see September just being an epic fantasy month, and I'm very excited about it because September is my birthday month. My birthday is coming up so soon, in less than 3 weeks, my guys. Like, my whole life like kicks back into gear in less than 3 weeks, and I am terrified for it, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm back to studio starting the 9th, I do believe, that Thursday, and then I'm back to work the 7th of September. I don't know if I'm going to be back in office yet, but I'm going to be back working a set amount of hours every day. Now, like today I worked 2 hours. An average day I probably work about 4 right now, and I have been like that since COVID started because they had to do a bunch of different schedule changes and stuff, but I'm going to be working 30 hours a week starting in September with that job, and then another like 12 hours a week piano, so I'm going to be working so much in September, and I can feel the burnout already, but that's okay, because it's time to get back to some kind of a routine. It truly is. But anyways, friends, I'm gonna go watch some more Dungeons and Dragons, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Officially Saturday night. I'm here in my room. I am less than 100 pages from being finished A Sky Beyond the Storm, and I have so many emotions running around my body right now. I forgot how much I love this series, and I tried to reread this series last year, I think, for the preparation of this one being released, and I couldn't get into it again because I have the unending curse of having too many books that I need to read, and so that was like constantly on my mind. But like now that I'm in it, and I ended up actually just like giving up on my reread because I was like, no, I'm just gonna leave it, and didn't actually know when I was ever gonna get to A Sky Beyond the Storm because I tried to read it earlier this year, I think, and I just ended up putting it down because I do that so often with books and it drives me crazy. I do it so often, but the audiobook is so good, and because I got it through Libby and I'm reading it along with it, and it is just reminding me how attached I am to these characters, and like it's forming an intense reattachment to Helene, who I didn't like before in the books, but she's so grown on me, and I think she's one of my favorite characters now. And just what Sabaa Tahir has like done to these poor characters, I am so nervous for what's gonna happen because like I know what I want to happen. I know I want just everything to be fixed and for my babies to be okay. But I know that's never gonna happen because this is war, and we have our characters in such terrible positions right now. Anyways, I'm gonna finish that tonight. Today, that's what I did today. I read the majority of it earlier, and then we went to my second cousin, I guess, Ellie, her 6-year-old birthday, and it was great. It wasn't really actually like a birthday party. It was just us and my aunt and uncle, who are her grandparents, and an old neighbor of theirs that we know as well. They were there, and it was lovely. Ellie is such a sweet little girl, and I ended up giving her a box of books, and I realized now that I'm standing in my room, I have more books that I could have given her, but it's fine. I'll give them to her next year when she's 7, or I'll just give them to her randomly throughout the year for Christmas or something, because I just have so many books. I have actually like old Nancy Drew and stuff, so I don't know how old you usually have to be to read Nancy Drew. I really have no idea for age range anymore, but God. Oh, yeah, it was fun. It was really fun. And we came home nice and early, which is one perk of going to like little kids' birthdays, is that you leave at like 7 because they gotta go to bed. So I've just been reading since I got home, and I'm going to finish that book now. Tomorrow though, I'm going to visit my friend for coffee, and we're going to McNally Robinson, which is a bookstore near us, and we're going to have coffee there. I know I told myself I'm on a book buying ban, but if I am there with her, there is a guarantee that I'm going to be buying something tomorrow, so I might break it just a little bit. I also realized that like I counted the days because I wanted to see kind of like on my calendar how many days there were until my birthday, and then until when my world breaks open again. I have 15 days left of summer of this life that I'm living, and then life starts up again, and it hasn't been life like that since March of 2020. So I am dreading it. I'm not gonna lie. I've already mentioned it in this vlog, but yeah, 15 days until my birthday, and then on the 7th, which is right after it, my life opens up again. Oh my god. And in 15 days I'm gonna be 24? I still feel 19 in my heart. Like, I don't know what that is. Ugh. Gross. Anyways, friends, I'm gonna go read, and I'm gonna have my heart broken, and I'll catch up with you later. Well, that was everything I have ever wanted in the ending of a book series. Oh my god. Obviously, that was just so much pain, and there's so much suffering in these books. I think it is the only book series that I have ever come across that there is like just a continuous downward arc. Like, you know, with a lot of book series, you have a lot of wins, you have a lot of whatever, especially in YA, you do have like a win after a win, or you have like a shock, but usually it's a pretty upward trajectory. With these books, it is a fall to the lowest place that these people can be. It is destruction. It is such utter sadness, and oh man, that ending was exactly what it needed to be. Oh, because even with the end for Helene, I won't spoil it too much, but if you don't want to be spoiled at all, I will put spoilers on the screen. Even with her ending, her finding a place as who she is, and with the people who are around her, and just finding that she's not living in a well of grief. She's living in a well of grief, but she's not defined by it, which I think is so lovely. It's just, this is the way you end a flinging book series. This was so good. 5 stars across the board. Don't even have to put it through Cop-Out. This is a new favorite of mine. Guaranteed. Guaranteed? Guaranteed. I don't even know what I'm gonna do now. It was so good. This was so good. And my heart hurts in all the best ways. Sava Tahir is a freaking genius. Anyways, I finished this. Second book of the weekend that I wanted done. It is now 11:16, so I don't really know what I'm gonna do now. Try to not cry anymore. I do have Eva Evergreen to finish, but I really don't want. I'm really not in the mood for it, so maybe I'll just lose myself on TikTok and then fall asleep. I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. friends. It is now a little bit later on a Sunday. Happy Sunday! If I haven't said that yet today, hello. I am in my room. I am going to be reading for a little hot second, and I have been reading for the majority of the day since I got back from brunch with my friend. I ended up buying books. Of course I did. Let me grab them and share them. I ended up picking up The Coward by Stephen Aryan, and this one just really intrigued me because I think it was Holly from Holly. Well, I always want to say Holly Hearts Books, but I don't know if that's actually her title name, her channel name, but she adored this when she read it, so when I saw it, I was like, yeah, why not give it a chance? Then I also picked up Small Favors by Aaron A. Craig, which is a new release by the author who wrote House of Salt and Sorrows. That like a little bit of horror-y retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses story. But this one, the only thing I know about it is like prairie gothic, which is something that I'm very familiar with. Being in university, one of our literary journals was a prairie gothic theme that we did and that I was a part of, so I was like, well, prairie gothic, I know that, so I'm intrigued by this. And I believe Desi from Darling Desi, the YouTube channel, she also like just read this and absolutely loved it and said it's like a perfect transitional book between summer and fall, so I'm excited about this because I've been seeing it everywhere as well, so excited about that. But besides the point, I have been reading. I started officially my reading vlog for the Sapphic Trifecta, and I've been reading She Who Became the Sun because I've just not been in the mood for Eva Evergreen, and it doesn't have an audiobook, and that's all I want to do is listen to audiobooks, so that's what I did. But I think I'm going to crawl into bed and read a little more, and then I'm going to watch some Dimension 20 because the other night I started The Seven, which is their like fantasy high spinoff, and then I ended up starting The Unsleeping City season 2, so I think I'm going to go and watch more of that because I love Dimension 20 and I love their shows so much. I actually bought myself a birthday gift that is supposed to arrive right after my birthday in September, and it is one of their like merch sweaters that's Spring Break, I Believe in You, which is something from Fantasy High, which Fantasy High is just my favorite thing in the world, so I'm very excited to get that in. It is a Gildan sweater like this one, but I got it in a size up because I just want to be swallowed by a sweater, you know? I just want to be swallowed by it, so very excited about that. And it's in like a baby blue. It's gonna be good. Anyways, I am gonna go park myself there and enjoy the rest of my evening. Hello, my lovely friends. Happy Monday. It is officially the start of yet another work week. The start of my second last week before my summer ends and I go back to work. All my working things kick in again, but that's okay. It is also extremely humid out today, hence my hair. It's because we've been getting a lot of rain for the past few days. This morning I've just been doing some odds and ends and like admin and emails and stuff like that because start of a week. So that's what I've been doing. I last night ended up watching more on Sleeping City. I didn't read a whole lot more of She Who Became the Sun, but that is okay because I'm on page 142 and I'm enjoying it so far. You guys will have to wait for my full thoughts in my Sapphic Trifecta reading vlog, which will be coming soon because I've started it now and I want to read all 3 of those books like back to back to back, so hopefully that comes to you guys fairly soon. At least, or maybe like beginning of September, who knows. But yes, this weekend, what did I do? I finished some books, I went book shopping, and I had a great time generally. So this weekend I ended up finishing GEARBREAKERS by Zoe Hanamakuta, which I ended up giving 3.5 stars. It is a sapphic dystopian sci-fi where in this world it is a futuristic setting where humanity has gone so far as to make their own deities and like take their own fate back, and it follows 2 characters. It follows Sona and Eris, and Sona is a pilot who is somebody that this world has created into basically a cyborg type person who can pilot these deities, and so she is a Valkyrie, which is one of the top deities there, and she hates it. She does not want it anymore because she was actually part of the marginalized and oppressed communities that this world just decides to kill at random, which we don't actually know why they kill at random, unless I totally missed that when I was reading, and that part of those people is our other character Eris, who is a gearbreaker, who are people who go out and attack these deities when they are attacking and going out on their patrols and stuff, and they meet and they team up and they fall for each other. It's good. I enjoyed it.
but it just didn't quite hit my expectations. I talked about it earlier in this vlog, so you guys know. But then I also finished A Sky Beyond the Storm, wrapping up my official read of this entire series after a few years of reading it, and I am still so in love with this series. I will be screaming its praise from the roofs forever now. It is so good, and it is perfection. This last book is perfection, and I think it's my favorite of the series. I think A Reaper at the Gates was my favorite for a while, which is really funny because that one is like just heartbreak across everything. But this one, I think they just keep getting better and better with every book. That's incredible. That's incredible. That's what you want with a book series, is they just keep getting better and better with every book, and it just hooks you in and you can't put it down. I adored this. 5 out of 5 stars. Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it so much. But yes, my friends, I think we got one more weekend in August, and then it's like the next weekend is the long weekend of September with Labor Day and my birthday. So thank you so much for watching. I will catch you guys in another video soon. I don't really know what I've got going on this week, but I'm hoping that I have a plot with me video going up. I'm hoping to do that this week because I keep pushing it every week because I actually need to do a fair amount of work for that video, but I feel like this is the week to do it. Otherwise I'm just gonna get bogged down by life before I can actually do something like that. So that's my plan, and you know, just keep reading. So you guys too. I'll catch you in another video soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.